I'm Amanda Silliker for Canadian HR Reporter TV. Mike Sherrard is a lawyer with Toronto-based labour and employment law firm Sherrard Kuzz. He spoke with us about the most prevalent health and safety issues. What are the most common health and safety problems today?
Amanda, I think today the Ontario government's blitz of workplaces is probably one of the most prevalent problems that faces employers. These blitzes are scheduled to start May 1st this year. They run through the entire summer. They're aimed at a couple of targets, and the first target is new workers and young workers. Many of the employers, because we're now into May, are about to see a number of young people join the workforce, and those are workers that are anywhere typically from the age of 14 to 24. As a result of that, what the stats show is that these people, when they come into the workplace, there's about a 4 times risk of there actually being an injury in that population in the first month of their employment. And so for employers today, it's very important that they see that statistic and they react to it in a positive manner and take steps to actually try to reduce that risk. It also includes new workers. So somebody not necessarily between the ages of 14 and 24, but also workers who are new to the work site, that they're in their first 6 months. The same statistics tend to apply in that population as well.
And how can employers make sure that they won't have a problem in this regard?
Employers are well served to make sure that they not only have a good orientation program in place, but they're actually able to document that it actually occurred, their expectations with respect to how an employee is to act in the workplace was actually accomplished. So proper documentation is very, very important on this one. These are the kinds of things that the Ministry of Labour inspectors, when they arrive on these sites this summer, will be looking for. Will you have done the orientation? Will you have good training in place? Can you show it to me? Can you show to me that it occurred? Can I interview a worker and find that that worker is actually familiar with your health and safety policies, has been made aware of the kinds of specific risks that this workplace actually presents to them?
Is there anything else that the ministry will be focusing on?
The second blitz that most employers are going to experience this month coming up is with respect to fall prevention. Statistically, it's one of the more dangerous situations that workers find themselves in, and the ministry is very, very interested in motivating employers to take proactive steps to protect people from the risks associated with falls. We start with the adequacy of training and supervision, and again, it's akin to the kind of discussion we've had earlier today with respect to getting young workers ready for the workplace. Will a worker who is going to work above the ground, more than 3 meters off the ground, be aware of the steps that they need to follow and adhere to ensure that they're kept safe? Have we communicated that expectation to the workers in a manner that they comprehend, they understand? Have we provided them with the tools to actually work at that height in a safe manner?
What can employers do to make sure they're prepared?
The real keys that are paramount from our perspective for employers today as we walk into this summer, that's the young and new worker and the fall prevention piece. Those two pieces, that's the focus of the Ministry of Labour, and we suggest to all of the employers that we work with that with those two focuses, that's a great place to start. We assume everybody has a good health and safety program, but with that kind of a blitz coming and with those new people coming into the workplace, it's a great opportunity to ensure that your orientation program is spruced up, review and revise. Let's make sure it's up to date. Let's make sure it's reflective of the circumstance that these people will come in and work in. Let's make sure that it's rolled out by effective people who do the training. And then ultimately, we always think that it's very, very important that we have some supervision that reaffirms what somebody learned on during their first week of employment, so that these things are re-emphasized time and time again.